They don't
None
watch
of them
it.
watch
They don't
my
watch
stuff.
it.
They don't watch my
They really
channel.
don't.
They don't care about me like Matthew does.
Hello, you guys. It's Crystal Lopez here from crystalandcomp.com. How are you doing today? I hope you are having an awesome day. I'm going to bring you along for a day in my life. How does that sound? This is actually, I want to say this is not a typical Tuesday, which is the day that I recorded this. However, this is my life. Days change, days are different. Tuesday used to be a really big meeting day for me, and now we do a lot of our pre-recording for our coaching business on Mondays. So Tuesday's not as busy as it used to be. Kelsey came by. I am making her a cup of coffee, and this is how I make my coffee now in the mornings. So I grind my beans, I pull my shot, and then I have been using this frother to it's not steaming the milk, but it's frothing it and heating it up a little bit. And I'm actually using half and half, but I've done a combination of things in here. You can do half and half milk. You can do a little bit of creamer that's flavored. I've done that as well in there with the milk or the half and half. Jack and Luke Henry had unloaded the dishwasher, and I had put the lid through the dishwasher, and I don't know where it was. So we're running it without the lid, which is totally fine. But I do think this is mesmerizing, like how just over the period of a minute and a half or so, this milk froths. It's so cool to me. It's really cool. Anyway, I got that thing at Target for like 20 something dollars recently after going to my brother-in-law's and sister-in-law's house. So Lenny's twin brother and his wife, remember earlier in the month when we went there and stayed at their house for a wedding? They had a frother, and I was like, oh my goodness, this makes the best. And they use sweetened condensed milk in their coffee instead of, they only use a little bit of creamer. And then they froth the milk, and then they put sweetened condensed milk. So I've been doing this, and I love it. And I just open that can. Sometimes I pour it into a different container. Sometimes I keep it in there and just put a piece of foil on top. You can tell I'm a child of the 80s, right? But I just put a big spoonful of it down in the shot and stir it up and let it melt real good. And it makes it this creamy, look at how beautiful that is. So that's just the shot with the condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk. And then we're going to add in what has frothed. So this was just straight up half and half. And I don't want that foam to go on just yet. So I take a spoon and I kind of hold it back, pour out the heated up milk, and then put, there you go, the foam on top. It is so delicious. It is so delicious. I just can't even tell you. There's nothing else sweet in there except that sweetened condensed milk. Now you can put a little chug of your favorite creamer in there when you're heating, put it in the frother with the milk. All right, and then I'm just going to put some, that was pumpkin pie spice topping that I put on top that I've had for like 3 years. It probably is expired, but we're all good. It's totally fine. Kelsey's at my house, and she had to drop her car off at Discount Tire, and so she is there hanging out with us, or hanging out with me. And I was going to spend the day editing content, but instead I was like, let's hang out. So that's what we did. And I was happy to do that. It was fun. It was a fun little day. So I'm going to bring you along for all that we did. All right, my dogs were out of dog food, so I had to make more dog food. I'm telling you, Princess's skin is looking so much better. I can't wait until we hit the 6-week mark and I can show you the difference in her skin. So I've been making a couple of different varieties of this homemade dog food. I've made it with brown rice. I've made it with quinoa. I have only used ground turkey so far, but you can use things like ground venison. You can use ground chicken, although everything I've read says that the ground chicken can be a problem for the Boston Terriers, which is crazy. okay, it makes sense, but it's also interesting to me. Here's why. It's a little, makes me a little curious because turkey is poultry as well. So I don't know the difference. Like, I mean, I know the difference. It's two different animals, but I would think that if they couldn't have ground chicken, then they shouldn't have ground turkey either. But so far, we have no problems with her with the ground turkey. But it does make sense that the chicken is causing a problem because the dog food I was giving her was chicken based. Sometimes I would buy lamb, sometimes I would buy salmon, but I would often buy chicken. So, if you didn't watch the reasons why I'm making homemade dog food, go watch my video that I dedicate to teaching you how to make homemade dog food, and you can get all the details there. But basically, I have found the ground turkey that you can get at HEB for $1.98 a tube. That is, I think it's 80/20. It does come frozen, so there's that inconvenience of having to defrost it, but that's okay. This is the cheapest way to buy ground turkey. So I am doing 3 pounds, and sometimes I do 5 pounds. It just depends. But I'm doing 3 pounds in this one, and I've got it really didn't defrost completely, but we make do. So this is cheaper than buying the big 3 pound tube of HEB brand is almost $12. So this is like half the price. Okay. All right. I am going in this situation. I've done it a lot of different ways. I've done it where I do it on the stovetop and cook the meat on the stovetop and then just cook the vegetables and the rice or the quinoa in the Instant Pot. I've done it where I cook it all on the stovetop, and I've done it where I cook it all in the Instant Pot. And then I've done a variety of different vegetables and a variety of different grains. Really, making homemade dog food is really so flexible, honestly. Now, this is more expensive than buying the dry dog food. And I'm doing it for all of my dogs. If I'm going to do it for one, I might as well do it for all. And what's funny is one day when I went through the checkout at HEB, what I had on the belt to check out with was all the stuff for my dog food. And the lady that was checking me out, she started talking to the girl that was bagging the groceries, and she goes, I was telling you, this is the best. This is what I use for my dog's dog food. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's what I'm doing with this. I'm making dog food. I'm telling you that because I think it's a little more common than we might know for people to make homemade dog food. All right, so my dogs do love sweet potatoes, so that consistently goes in. I'm using the saute feature over here to saute this meat and brown it, and I do use some coconut oil to do that. Coconut oil is good for dogs in a lot of ways, including when you cook for them, but it's good to put on their skin when they have a skin issue. It's good for lots of different things. There are good properties in it for them. All right, I'm going to actually put quite a bit of sweet potatoes in this. I think I had 2 small and 2 large. So I'm going to chop all of that up and put it in here. And the Instant Pot is the fastest and easiest way to cook the potatoes. So we're just going to dump it all in there. You can also do carrots instead, and or whichever way you want to do it. Cut these in as small pieces. Cut the pieces as small as possible and as uniform as possible so that it all cooks evenly. So we've got that going. I'm going to use quinoa today as well. And then all the vegetables that I'm going to use are frozen vegetables. You can use fresh. You can do whichever one you want. I've done both. It's fine. So I also had some apples I need to use up. And the lady at HEB, when she was checking me out, she said, I add apples to mine. And I was like, you know what? I've seen apples put in it a couple of times. I'm going to try some apples too. So I had some apples, there in the fruit bowl, and so I grabbed some of them because I needed to use them up before they go bad. And we're just going to cook it in with the meat because my dogs they want the apples cooked. This is my second or third time to make it with apples. I'm also going to throw in 2 cans of pumpkin puree. Dogs like pumpkin. It's good for them. It's good for their digestion. So we're going to add that in as well. So I've got frozen spinach and frozen peas and carrots, and we're going to dump all that in and just add some water and put the Instant Pot on about 20 minutes and let it all cook. And basically our meat is pretty much browned, and so we're just wanting to cook the vegetables, mostly the potatoes, because that's what we need to do. And then I'm adding in about 3 cups of uncooked quinoa, and the quinoa is really good. I'll tell you though, I do feel like my dogs like the brown rice better than the quinoa, but they eat whatever I give them. So we're good either way. So this big batch of dog food will last me about 3 days. So I give you in the video where I teach you step by step how to make this. I tell you how much I give each dog. And so pretty much every 3 days, I am making more dog food. And that's the way it goes. And I can tell you, Princess and McCoy are waiting in the kitchen with bated breath for this to be done. They know what I'm making. They are excited. They know what's coming. Another great thing about making it in the Instant Pot is once this is done, it will stay on warm until I'm ready to serve it. Now, I would not recommend leaving it in here for a long, you're not wanting to leave it in here for 5 hours, but still, look at her. She can't wait. You can kind of see a little bit already in like 3 weeks how much her skin is changing. Do you see that? If you go back and look at the other video, you'll see. They're just waiting. They can't wait. They want some dog food. All right. So Kelsey and I are just chatting. She's waiting to hear back from Discount Tire about her car, and she wanted to go get herself some breakfast. And I said, wait, I have food. Let me make you something. So I am making us some hard-boiled eggs. I like hard-boiled eggs. I have a teenager that's on a hard-boiled egg kick right now. And Kelsey's like, yeah, I like hard-boiled eggs. So I am going to put, I think I did about 9 eggs. 3 for me, 3 for her. And then there were 3 left over for anyone else to have. So how long do you boil your eggs for? Kelsey and I have a different method. So she lets her water come to boil, then she adds the eggs. I don't have time for that. So most of the time I just put my eggs in the water and then bring it to a boil. But I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. I like my eggs hard boiled. Everybody likes it a little different. How do you like yours? And then I want to know what you top them with. I'm going to show you what I top mine with. This is really, really yummy, and I think you'll like it. So I am just peeling up some eggs for us. I try to peel them as quickly as I can after they are done. So I rinse them in cold water. Some people give them an ice bath. I've tried that. I mean, I feel like sometimes you get good eggs and sometimes you get bad eggs. Out of the same batch, some peel better than others, But I do think getting that membrane and pulling it, once you crack it, in those first couple of pieces of shell that you take off, if you can get that membrane and pull it, that really helps you peel an egg smoother and easier. And a lot of times if you work from the bottom of the egg where kind of that gap, there's like a pocket, an air pocket down there. That's what I have found anyway. If you peel from there, it can be easier as well. Okay, so we're getting this egg situation set up. I've got 3 eggs peeled for both of us. I cut them in half and put them in a bowl. These also would make great breakfast bowls if you only want to do 1 or 2 eggs, and then do like some fresh spinach, some pickled onions, maybe some sausage, and just make like a breakfast bowl. That's really yummy as well. But we both wanted some good protein, and so here we are. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of salt on them. I like to cut them open so that I can do all of this to like the open face part of the egg, right? So we're going to add a little bit of salt, and then we're going to take some paprika, cayenne pepper, turmeric, and fresh cracked pepper. Now this is a little bit of a spice, but I think you'll like it. So believe it or not, cayenne pepper is actually good for you. If you can handle it, use it sparingly, but incorporate it into the dishes that you're making. And turmeric is really good for anti-inflammatory. So when you can incorporate it into your diet, do it. Those are so yummy. Look at how good that looks. I love hard-boiled eggs. All right, so we're both gonna have a bowl of eggs, and then I also grabbed on a recent grocery haul, I grabbed some Activia. There's another YouTuber that I watch. It's a Frugal Life, I think. She grabs Activia pretty often, and I used to buy it all the time when my twins were little, and now they're 19. They have some that has fiber in it, And I remember when they were little, I ate it. They didn't when they were really little. The fiber ones were really good, and they're really good for your gut. And so she's being dramatic and being funny, but it really was good. And she said the coffee tasted like a delicious bowl of oatmeal, even though I didn't use anything with oats. But that pineapple Activia with fiber, so good. If you see it, grab it. Like typically it comes in a container with half pineapple and half strawberry, or half pineapple and half peach. They have a couple of different combinations. So yummy. I love it. I never thought I would love pineapple yogurt, but it was one of the only ways to buy the fiber kind from Activia. So I did, at least at our grocery store, and I really liked it. All right, here's the dog food. It wasn't quite ready. I did something wrong when I went from the saute feature, and then I thought I went to the pressure cooker function, and I didn't. I don't know what I did. I hit the wrong button, and it ended up just sauteing it for like 30 minutes. So I've got to run this through again because my potatoes are not done. But that's okay. Pay attention. I need to pay attention. I was a little distracted. Okay, so on this day, I was supposed to be editing a video. So while the dog food was cooking, I sat down to work on editing a video, and sweet Kelsey recorded me. This is downstairs in the area where I do video editing. That's like Lenny's little nook. I have my foot raised up. I look terrible. I have my foot raised up because I broke my right foot. That's a story for another day. I broke it last week. Wow, thanks for really zooming in there. That was so nice. So I said, you know what I really need to do? Oh my goodness. What I really need to do is go to Walmart and record some fall footage. And Kelsey said, let's do it. She's a very bad influence. So off we went to Walmart, and look at these mums and some of these fall plants. Super, super cute. So we went in. Oh my goodness, look at how adorable this is. I bought one of these a couple of years ago. It's styled a little differently. I think I paid $13 for it. Now these are almost 19 bucks. Cheaper than you can get it anywhere else. However, prices are going up. So a lot, like this scary stuff, this is not what I'm looking for. And the costume stuff, that's not what I'm looking for. And please get rid of that clown mask. That was scary. None of this is what I'm looking for, but I'm trying to find like the home decor stuff. I will tell you, Walmart has done a really good job of creating these candles that aesthetically look similar to what Bath and Body Works has and how they style their jars, even those little tiny jars. So run into there because this is so much cheaper than Bath and Body Works. And look at all of these wreaths. These wreaths were like $27. And then you've got the garland that's super pretty too. All of these prices. I love Kirkland's. I'm a Kirkland's girl, but I can't afford Kirkland's these days. So check out Walmart. They have got some great stuff. Look at that foliage that has, or the garland that has the little acorns on it. So super cute. So adorable. I love these little golden mushrooms. That's great for a mantle or for a tiered tray. They have lots of tiered tray stuff. Those LED lights are super cute. Look at that. Adorable. I love that golden platter, the leaf platter. Super cute. Again, lots of things for your tiered tray. Now, I will tell you, something like Hobby Lobby and even Kirkland's, you can get coupons, right? So you're not going to find coupons at Walmart, but they have some good prices. That lantern that was up at the top shelf, Kelsey really liked that. These are cute, $4. And they're pretty heavy, but they've also got like a velvety finish on the outside. Somebody left their drink there. You can always count on something like that at Walmart. How nice. Like, let's just stick our drink on this shelf here and push it to the back. Weird, whatever, random. So cute. That adorable, that little wooden ghost thing would be cute for a tiered tray. I didn't buy anything, but there was some cute stuff. I like the apple basket. $8. That is not bad at all. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Just adorable. The white pumpkins are cute. I don't like scary pumpkins, so no scary pumpkins here, please. The bales of hay, which that's a Hobby Lobby thing. If you go to Hobby Lobby, they've got all the hay up on the top shelves. And then they had some really great books. And actually, I have book companion worksheets for some of these books that are here because crystalandcomp.com not only does recipes, but there are education printables. The Leaf Thief, such a cute book. So adorable. What else is a good one? The Little Old Lady Who Was Not Afraid of Anything. I have a lot of the old lady who swallowed a whatever, like who swallowed a bat. I've got book sheets or companion worksheets to go along with those books. There was an old lady who swallowed a bat, who swallowed a pie, who swallowed a leaf. Lots of great ones for now. This was creepy. Did you see that? A Halloween nutcracker. I love nutcrackers, but that creepy. No, thank you. Lots of candy. I was trying to find the clearance aisle, and there was a lady that I thought worked there, and she didn't, and I was so embarrassed. She's like, "No, I'm a nurse." Her lanyard was from a hospital. Okay, do you see this basket? I paid $80 for a basket just like this at the Container Store about 4 years ago. You can get it at Walmart for 40 bucks. Oh my word, can you believe that? They had some really cute stuff. So this is not fall, but still, they've got some great options for things for your house. Check out Walmart, really. Like, the more I'm grocery shopping there, the more I am seeing how great their prices are. I love that table. Very 80s vibe. That's, if you're wondering what a living room looked like in the 80s, that table with that, what is that style called? That, Ratican? No, what is it called? On that table, that wicker layer that was under there, what is that called? Does anybody know? It's like on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. The Febreze is all out in the fall sense. And then let me tell you, we did not make it super far. We made it to the baby's clothes. And I've got 2 little baby grandgirls that are, one of them is going to be 2 this month, and one of them just turned 3 months. Look at that old lady sweater. How adorable is that? I had to send pictures of all of this stuff to my daughter-in-law. Oh my goodness. Like, so cute. Big sis, love is kind, cute little prairie dresses. So adorable. So I sent all of these pictures to my daughter-in-law and I was like, what do you think? How adorable. Would the girls wear these? She loves like super cute boutique-y things for the girls. And I'm like, first of all, this is at Walmart and the prices are incredible. Second of all, what do you think? And then, I mean, look at how cute those are. They are so adorable. And then I just had to go back through them again. Like, look at how precious. I think my favorite is that grandma sweater that has the little doily-like collar. So cute. But these little dresses here, I call them prairie dresses. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Holly Hobbit a little bit, but not. I don't know. I just think they are precious. Look at that. Look at how cute that is. So adorable. Which one's your favorite? Tell me. Which one is your favorite? They had so much more, but this was kind of the little area that I was just stuck on. So cute. So cute. I want that in a grown-up version, please. All right. So then we went looking around at the food side. We really did not, like, I didn't make it to the coffee creamers. I didn't make it to all the places because we got a phone call and we had to go. But look at this stuff. This is so, pretty affordable. If you bought all these things separately, it would cost more. So the little kits where you can make cauldron cupcakes or whatever. But look at those candy corn marshmallows. Those are great for, you could use them on a Halloween poke cake. You could use them on Rice Krispie treats. They had the flavored coffee, the pumpkin chai, yum. Some different water packets to put into your water. The different cookies and muffins and pancakes. Look at this stuff. And this is so much cheaper than some of the other stores. All the fun Halloween fall sprinkles for your cookies and whatnot, for your Chex Mix recipes. We've got tons of different Chex Mix recipes over on crystalandcomp.com. And we like to use some of those different sprinkles to make it festive. Your canned pumpkin for your pies or for your dog food, either one, whichever. I love some of these cookie packs. My kids really like the Snickerdoodle cookies, and I get them in those Betty Crocker bags. Now, Kodiak is a great brand. They are high protein and fantastic. I love their pancakes. I don't know that I would buy their oatmeal in a cup because it's very expensive right now for the way that, you know, the economy is and people's pocketbooks. But look at that. Football, chocolate. You've got pumpkin spice chocolates for your chocolate chip cookies. Dolly Parton has her line of stuff. Pumpkin bread. These soft baked pumpkin cookies. I need to go on my next grocery haul. I'm going to grab some of this stuff. Or caramel apple, Jello pumpkin, cheesecake. So many really cool things. These were only 98 cents. A roll of, I think they're, I don't know, like a maple shortbread cookie. I bet my kids would like those, but I didn't buy any of this stuff while I was there. I was just there to record. These are fun. Cake mix for $1.88, and then the fun frosting with the sprinkles included to go on the top, also $1.88. So that's a pretty affordable way to make a festive, fun dessert for a family night, a movie night, you know, what have you. And then this stuff looked really yummy too. So you're going to pay more for this stuff because it's prepared already, but they had some really delicious fall type things. Different like cookie trays that are all fall themed. So there was apple, pumpkin. I really feel like Walmart is doing a good job of meeting the masses where they're at, allowing people to still entertain, but on a budget, and being current, and it not being just like, you know, they're being competitive. They're being competitive with other places. So here I am. Kelsey's driving my car. I can drive, but my right foot is the one that I broke. We're waiting on her car to get fixed. I look like a hot mess. I hadn't even showered. Like, my day kind of was changed. Like, the direction of my day was changed. So we are now headed to run some more errands. We've got to make sure that her daughter gets picked up by 3:30, my granddaughter. And we're going to go to the soccer fields and sell concessions. So in the evening. So we've got lots of things going on. We're up against some deadlines, and we're waiting for her car to be fixed. And now we're getting stuck in traffic, and we're very concerned that we're not going to make it on time to get her daughter from school and all the things. So, and Kelsey does not love driving on the highway. For anyone who doesn't know, she's shared some of that. She's shared some of that in the past. So if you're like her and driving on the freeway is not your favorite, she can relate. So can I just tell you that sometimes I look at myself and I don't recognize myself anymore. Any other women going through this? So I am late 40s. I will be 48 this year. And I will tell you that perimenopause and menopause has hit me like a Mack truck. And I hesitate to talk about this because I don't really know who wants to hear about it or who wants to talk about it, but this is the reality of where I am in my life right now. I don't even put on makeup most days. I put on makeup if I'm recording some videos and if I'm going to church and if my husband and I are going on a date night. I am telling you, I know that, I'm just going to be honest, my hormones are out of whack. I really probably need to see a doctor. I can feel my body being impacted by my hormones in lots of different ways. My skin that's never been red and blotchy is red and blotchy. My cheeks, it's like I'm getting rosacea. Under my chin is getting this red patch. I feel like every time I think about food, I gain weight. I think my cortisol level is probably off the charts. Ignore the fact that I'm talking here in this video. I decided that what I was saying here is not what needed to be said. I know that a lot of my viewers are in their 20s and 30s because I can see from the data of who's viewing. But I want you to know, those of you that are in your 40s and even 50s, how did you get through this? Like, how did you get through the perimenopause and menopause stages? I really feel like I don't even recognize myself anymore. And it's a little, it's a little difficult, you know? All right. So fast forward, we're going to make some, dog food for our dogs, get them fed, and then I'm going to get a shower and get ready so that we can go to the soccer fields. And yeah, so making up the dog food. I'll tell you, there's lots more that happened in between all of this. Like, we get to the food truck, and my grandson and my granddaughter both do soccer there. And so we're doing concessions there. And my grandson ended up having a bad migraine that was causing some crazy symptoms. And it's been crazy. Like, we have all had a very wild past couple of days. I spent all of Saturday at the ER with one of my 19-year-olds. I just want you guys to know that when things don't go as planned, or when there's a wrench in the gears, or, flat tire that throws your day off, or whatever it is, guys, and life feels like a train wreck, it's not always going to be like that. I could have done a really fun day in the life, like, look at us, we're going to do these fun things. This is my reality right now. This is reality. Lots of kids, lots of moving parts, menopause, all the things. All right, you guys, it's been a long day, and we're bringing it to an end still with Kelsey and Sophia.
Kelsey and my chaos.
And Christian. It's been a long day, but the day is at an end.
You should make a YouTube channel and call it Kelsey's Chaos.
I should,
Kelsey's
because
chaos.
my life is always chaos. There's always something.
Kelsey's
I had a
chaos.
flat tire. They weren't getting me my tire. G-Lo knows somebody, so she got us the tire. My son ended up with a migraine that gave him stroke-like symptoms, and we had to rush him to the emergency room. Stayed there forever.
It's been a day.
And then we had the food truck.
And then
Had
we
to do
did
the
the food
food
truck,
truck.
right? That was fun. And now Matthew is going to drive me home. Matthew, where'd you go?
I don't like showing my face.
You don't want to show your face. Okay. All right, guys.
Matthew's my best brother. He does everything for me.
He just put her trash out for her. He is the sweetest.
You can't say that on video. What if
I love all
They
my
don't-
brothers.
they don't
None of
watch
them
it.
watch
They don't
my
watch it.
stuff. They don't watch my
They really
channel.
don't.
They don't care about me like Matthew does.
They don't care about me. They don't care about nobody. All right, guys. Tell them to have a good night.
Have a good night.
We'll see you in the next video.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Felicia. Bye.